So let's change the spark plugs, yes, all four of them, on the Deauville NT650V 2005 model. Now there are four, and this is the rear head, and you can see the little spark plug poking through down there. Now I would advise strongly to use the tool that you can buy from Wimoto, spark plug removing tool. I don't know if you can see down in there, there's a rubber grommet. Now that grips the spark plug, so when you put that in there, push it down onto the spark plug, and then turn it off, and you can see that the rubber grommet grips the spark plug and allows you to lift it out. So, and then you just pop it out of the rubber grommet, and there's the spark plug. Okay, and that one goes in that hole there at the back of the head. Now the other one, which is reasonably easy to get to, is on that side. And yes, you've got to take all the fairing off, and particularly for the front plug, and we'll get to that in a moment, it's there, which means the other one is in the head, probably at the back of that cable there, so that's not going to be so easy to get to, and I'll have a look at that in a minute. Now there's the spark plug on the other side, you can see that in there. That's not going to be the easiest one to get out, because what we've got there is a rubber panel there which I can just pop off. That's the only access to it, short of taking all that off, which God, I really don't want to have to do. But I should be able to get the plug spanner down in there. And if I can, that'll come out easily. Let's have a look. There's the spark plug cap removed. You can see that there. I wonder if it's worth getting a new one of those. It's pretty clean looking. Never been out in its life, I suspect. And hidden down in there, which you can probably not see because there's no light. Hang on till I get some light. You might be able to just see it down in there. I can't get the camera and the light around there. Okay, now there's the plug spanner drop down in there, and you'll see the value of that little rubber grommet, because you'll never get your fingers in there to lift the plug out if you undo it with a normal plug spanner. So you're going to need the genuine Honda part, available from David Silver, Wimoto, places like that. Anyone that sells the spare parts, they'll have one of these special jiggery plug spanners. So let's take the plug. There's a little socket on the end of that. You won't get a big one on. This is a small socket. What's that? 3/4? And you'll get that on there. Now we've got to turn that. Drop the phone. Put that in my pocket. Okay, let me get that out. Okay, there's the plug. See if I can get focused on that. I've seen worse. Let me get over here a little bit, out of the sunlight. There we go. Now you can see how that's stuck in there, really, in that rubber grommet that's in the head of this. And I can tell you, getting this plug out of that hole without that, and a couple of extensions, is next to impossible because the extension plugs onto there, obviously. You can see that? Okay, there we go. I've got 4 new plugs on the way. I'm going to replace them all, so I'll just wind this one back in for the time being. Okay, the new plugs are in place, as is the Facet pump.